Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a military surplus tent. It's not cheap, but these are really cool. This is a LiteFighter 1 individual shelter system. Alright everybody, welcome back. Now I started right off from the beginning telling you, this is not a budget-minded item, but it is a cool item, and it's also kind of a testament to if you hang around long enough, and you have enough contacts in, say, the preparedness and survival world, eventually you will find what you want and be able to make a deal on it. The trick here is patience. You don't need to run out and buy one of these. You can wait it out, and maybe you've got something to trade or something that you want to barter with. In my case, it was an extra ham radio I had. And the owner of Plan B Preparedness, if you guys are local in town, and I understand yesterday I had some visitors there, but I couldn't come because I was kind of on watch for our local news. Our local news, sometimes the news lady goes out of town and she needs help covering video stuff. So I couldn't come up there, but it is up at Plan B Survival and Preparedness. If you guys are local, that's right on 372 in Pahrump. If you're not local, well, here's the story of the tent, because that's probably why you're here. This isn't a cheap tent, as I said. It's one of the best military shelter systems out there, and the price is kind of reflective of that. It costs around $250 used. That's probably the best price you're going to find used for these. Now, brand new, they're going to run around $350 to $375. But if you're looking for a bomb-proof tent that's waterproof and really easy to set up, this is definitely your deal. You can deploy it on the ground in a bunch of different ways. It's backpackable. It's a freestanding tent with or without the rainfly, which I like. I like freestanding tents. You can attach a military cot to it. So it actually will become like a little shelter on the cot. You put the cot down and you attach this to it, and you have yourself a little shelter on a military cot. You can add your own camo netting and kind of make it a freestanding scout hide. If you get the optional waterproof ground sheet, can't speak this morning, you make yourself an ultralight hasty hooch. Basically what you'll do is you put the rain fly up and the ground sheet underneath and the rain fly over it, and you just got air flowing through there, but you'd need the ground sheet, and they sell a ground sheet for it. I don't have it in this one, but it's just another way to do it. You can just set it up without the rain fly as a mesh kind of a breathable tent. It does have bug-proof no-seam mesh canopy, and it is permethrin. Gosh, I hope I said that right. Treated, so it is bug-proof. It does have a waterproof tub floor and rain fly cover with heat-sealed tape seams. You may need to go over the seams again. Remember, it's military surplus. It's been used and abused, possibly. This one actually was very well taken care of, but you never know, yours may not be. And the whole thing of if you get a deal, you may have to do some work on it. So that kind of remains there. So you may need to seal up the seams. So far with this, when I set it up before and sprayed my water on it from my hose, I got absolutely no leaks. I did find one little tear down at the very bottom, where it attaches to the tent. A little tiny, it looks like a stretch tear, like it was pulled too hard. And we'll show you the repair kit in here. I was able to use the repair kit, patch it up, no problem. It does have an aluminum spider hub pole frame system. That's very easy to put together, and we'll pull that out and show it to you. And it does have an extra large dual rainfly vestibule doors. The doors are nice because they're easy access for equipment or storage. If you want to take your pack and stick it in the door, you can do that. It stretches out. You'll stake it out. Those are the only two stakes you need, front and back, to kind of stretch it out. It does come with a full bunch of stakes if you're going to stake it out, if it's windy or whatever. I'm setting it up for the video today, so we're not going to stake it out. And we'll give you the whole inside accessories here in a sec. Let me pull it apart. The best way to describe the fabric of this tent, and this is sort of like it, but not completely, is if you've ever had, let me put the camera down here and back it up a little. If you've ever had yourself one of those military rain ponchos, they almost feel rubberized. If they kind of have a rubbery feeling to them. That's how this tent is kind of constructed. That's the feeling you'll get from it. Now, inside here, let's start off with this. I want to make sure I'm in the camera. Step back a little bit. Let's go through this. You're going to have your stakes, aluminum stakes. You're going to have some extra tie downs to tie things down if you want to guy it out. And here is your repair kit. You can see I cut a little tiny piece off it here. And here is the information on the tent itself. I was actually kind of psyched to get this because usually when these come in surplus, they don't come with the instruction manual. And you can see how incredibly easy this is to set up. Really, really simple. It says there's 5 steps, but I mean, well, actually it says there are 8 steps, but I mean, I felt like I did 1, 2, 3, and it was done. So that's kind of cool to have too. It also shows you the accessories and the national serial number or part number for it. So if you're missing anything, and you do have clear and the black patches for this, they stick very, very well to this, by the way. So there's that. Let's get that out of the way. Next up is your spider pole system. That sounds kind of weird, but that's exactly what it looks like. The top pole kind of has a bunch of legs on it, and it will stretch out. If I can get it out of here. There we go. All right. You'll see that there. You're going to connect these to those pieces, and it will kind of go out in all sorts of different directions. And you're just going to bend them down and stick them into the parts where it belongs on the tent. And you can see the bottoms here have nice, easy, positive pressure kind of blockable things in there. They will go right into those holes at the bottom and you'll be fine. Lastly, okay, those poles do have a tendency to kind of pop right out, push everything off the table. Wanted to make sure they didn't fly. All right, so the bag is a little bit of a different material, but it still has that rubbery feeling to it, so you'll be nice and safe with that. It won't get wet. Here's your rain fly on top. And again, it's that material, and you can see the seams are all taped. Hope you can see that. Yeah, you can see the shininess of it. All the seams are taped and sealed from the outside as well. So it's a pretty well set up tent. You know, it's pretty well thought out. You can feel the taping, the sealant on them. So you have that. That's your rain fly. Come on, get out of there. All right. This will be handy when I'm setting it up because it's already out of the bag. And this is your base of your tent. This is the bottom part of your tent here. So this is what's going to be going on the ground. This, even though it looks like it's that thin taffeta kind of thing, still has that rubberized feeling. I did put it down the first time on a kind of wet ground. Absolutely nothing soaked through it. So I'm going to get it outside. I'm going to walk you step by step through each process of putting it together. And we'll take a look at it once it's all set up and see how we like it. All right, so your first step, you're going to just lay it out. Now at this point, if you want to stake it, you probably could. I'm not going to today. It will be held together fairly tightly once you put your poles across there. So there's really no need to stake it down unless it's very windy or you feel it's going to be windy later when you're camping. So that's really it. You just unroll it and keep it as flat as you possibly can and get set up for the next step. Now the next step is going to be the poles. Let me show you those. All right, so here they are, real simple. Most of them will probably just self-assemble themselves once you pull them apart. You want to make sure you get these poles all the way in. Let me give you an example here. Like with that there, you don't want to leave it like that because that could break it. You want it all the way in there. So we're going to assemble these kind of like a big spider. That's essentially why they're called that. And you've got your 2 cross poles here that are going to hold the tent up and down. Let me get that in the frame for you here. This one doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. You see those 2 cross members here. They're going to hold the tent sideways. So you have a front and a back door. And so I'm going to get these all set up. And I'm going to put it on top of the tent and show you what it looks like. And then we'll go to the next step. So there it is on top. Of course, you'd see they're much longer and they go off to the sides. You're going to be bending those up like this. And in the middle, you'll take those 2 little poles that I showed you, the cross members, and you're going to put them inside of the little grommets on either side, and it will raise itself up. This tent, using these poles, is so much easier to bend the poles than others. When I say bend, I mean bend them correctly, not bend them and damage them. Normally when you have those things, you always feel like they're going to snap when you try to get it into that last little spot. These just slide right into place. So let me set it up and we'll move to the next section, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's partially set up. And just like that, it's up. See the crossbar there? So that kind of holds it up top. What I like is that it's a freestanding tent. Sometimes these tents that aren't freestanding can be annoying to have to stake them all out and everything, and they're not as fast to set up. So that is set up. We're going to clip the sides along here. Let me move the camera in so you can see me doing that. All right, so it's really this simple. You're just going to take these clips, clip them on all the way down around the sides of the tent on both sides, and that will give you some support there. So let's move it over to this side here. Same thing over here, and you'll do this all the way around the tent on both sides here. We'll give you one for example on this side there. There you go. This will give you a lot of nice stable support. There you go. So you got both sides of those done. I'm going to do the other sides, and then we'll move on to the rainfly. So there you go, and you see the two doors. There's one here, and there's the outline of the other one on the other side there. And you can set it up and leave it like that if that's the way you want to do it. You know, if you want a little fresh air and you're not worried about rain or anything, that's one of the ways you can deploy this tent, or many other ways. But let me get the rainfly out. We're going to put it over the top, and I'm going to show you how the doors have to be positioned on either side, kind of right down the middle of that front door there. So you'll just put the empty door there, and then you'll attach a little Velcro connector to it too. So let me get that on top here, and we'll go from there. All right, there is just the tarp just thrown over it, kind of in the right place. What you're going to do next is the bottom of the rainfly has little buckles, and those buckles are going to hook to the bottom of where you put your tent stakes, your tent poles in. So let me get that going before it blows away on me here, and I'll bring you back. I want to show you how it actually works. So I'm going to save the last one to do on video. I'm going to do the other three first and pull it the right way, and I'll show you the last one. Now when you're securing the top of the rainfly here, you're going to want to make sure that you've got the little grommet here ready to attach that cross member, that cross beam. I've done the other one already, so this needs a little bit of a tug. And it doesn't go all the way through, it'll just hang on there like that, and you pull it down. Now I also mentioned about the Velcro. So let me show you that. So this is that little piece of Velcro. I've done the other side, and this is where I patched it, by the way, where it was torn. I don't know if you can see that little tear. But anyway, this is the Velcro. This Velcro is kind of tricky to get off at first. I don't think the people who had this tent previously used it. You're going to take it and you're just going to fold it over. And it doesn't have to be the most tight attachment. You're really just trying to hold it on there for a little bit of support. And then you let that down. Now I'm going to show you the snaps. Alright, so here is the bottom. This is the actual clip. You see that clip there? That clip is going to hook into where you put your tent pole and into that piece down there. So really, you're going to put it in there. Takes a little dexterity to get it today. There we go. And snap it into place like that. If it's a little loose, you have a little buckle here and you can pull it tighter as you go. So, that's that. Now let's stake it out, and we'll bring you back and give you the tour. And there you go. That's it. It's that simple. Now you will notice that the rainfly does not go all the way to the ground. That is by design. That's the way it is. You see it over here where it's not all the way to the ground. It is evenly spaced over the top, and that's what the bathtub design of the tent is all about. That will keep it from getting wet. So you're pretty well sealed up in there. We're going to take a walk around and see the whole part of it. I do have it open on this side because that's going to be my entrance. When we go inside, you can see the other vestibule in the back there. It's a big open covered area for gear storage or whatever. So definitely if you've got like a bug out bag or gear with you or something, great place to store it. So let's take a walk around. Let's take a walk around here and see the whole thing. There's the back. Again, this could be used as an entrance as well. You see where the zipper goes up. And that's pretty much the whole thing right there. So the only parts I have staked out are the back and front entrance. And that really just gives me my little cover in there, my little canopy. So let's get back over to where we started, and I'll take you inside for a quick look. I've got this around my chest here so I can use two hands to show you the zippers. Really nice, well-made zippers. I'm not sure if they're YKK. I would guess they were. Let's go inside and see what's going on in there. So you do have a nice vestibule in here. That's what I really like. Even with this open, say, on this side here, you could do some cooking. You know, even if it's raining, you could do some cooking with a gas stove, maybe very carefully in here because you don't want any of the flames to hit anything. But as you can see, you can fit in here, no problem. There is some stuff and dirt left over from a previous resident, but you'll find that with surplus tents. And there's your little area back there. So you can open this up top here and use this as a storage area if you want to go bring this down and open it and use that as a storage area for your gear or maybe your bug out bag or something like that. So it stays dry. And I'm 6'1", 6'2"-ish. I can fit in here, no problem. Let me give you a look at the top. That's where that spider pole goes. And all the way through it. And even the seals here, even the seams here are sealed where the bathtub is set up on the bottom. Every little seam is sealed. The zippers are very well made. You know, like I said, it's an expensive tent, but it's definitely well made. And you got little pockets in the corner here for gear storage on each side. So, pretty cool tent. I really like it. I'm really happy to actually own one now. I've wanted one for a long time, and they're not easy to come by. So, really glad that I was able to get this. I have found this on the side here. I'm not entirely sure what this is about. I can't see it in my monitor. There is a buckle there, so if anybody knows, definitely would like to know. I'm not sure if it's for strapping it down in some way or strapping it to a cot, possibly. But I think that might be what it's for, putting it on the cot, you know, the actual cot. Because this will fit on a genuine military surplus cot. Let me back up a little here and let you see it. So, like I said, not cheap. I'll put it back on the tripod. Not cheap, but definitely a nice looking tent, a nice waterproofing. Definitely not going to get too much rain in there. And you may have to patch a few areas, you know, it's a surplus. But all in all, I am very, very happy with it. And if you're interested in picking one of these up and you're local, I know I'm going out to the whole world here, but if you're local within the Las Vegas, Pahrump area, just leave a message on there. I'll tell you where you can pick them up. It's Plan B Survival and Preparedness in Pahrump on 372. But I know most of you that are watching in Indiana or, you know, New Mexico are like, where the heck's that? So anyway, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm glad I picked it up. And we're definitely going to have to do an overnight adventure in this one. This is definitely worth testing out, and we'll see you next time. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and share. And don't forget to check out our links below. We have our Amazon store. You can just click that link and go straight to whatever you normally buy. It helps the channel out a whole lot. Our Olight link, there's always sales and deals going on with Olight, so make sure you check them out. And our Thrive Life link if you're interested in getting started, and some freeze-dried food. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.